Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Wednesday, July the 1st. The year's 2020. Let's talk trading. Time for the monthly open. And let's just start out by saying these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Trading is extremely risky. You can lose all of your money. If you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional. And before we get into the monthly open, I just want to give a big round of thanks to all of the traders who basically stood up for me, stood with me, stood behind me, because somebody out there decided to take one of my indicators, maybe modify it slightly or something, and then sell it on the internet. It seems like we've successfully shut them down. YouTube's pulled the video. The GoDaddy. It looks like they've taken down that link. So once again, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate the support and how much it means to me. Okay, monthly open. I want you all to make sure that this month, on each and every trade, you don't lose more than you're willing to lose, because that's the road to ruin if you don't manage the risk. And the brain management, which is most of what trading is. In fact, I think I did a video last month about live by the tick, die by the tick. Do you really want to be on that roller coaster ride? I mean, you should know going into the trade, you have your stop loss set, so you know the most you should lose. As far as how much could you win, is it a pip? Is it 5? Is it 10? You have to wait and see what the market gives you. And then if you get out and the market goes in your direction, you don't have to have any rogo, because you don't know what could happen next. And then, you don't have to jump in the trade because you're afraid you're going to miss out, you know, or you just don't have to. The regret of missing out or the fear of missing out. You don't need either. No fear, no regret. And the other thing is, we're starting off the month, and there's something that I was talking to Walmall about it, and something I missed out on yesterday. One day during the week, you're going to have the weekly high, and one day, could be the same day, you're going to have the weekly low. So the weekly rat zone and the daily rat zone is going to be one and the same. And one day of the month, the you're going to have the weekly rats, or the monthly rat zones. You're going to have the green rat zone for the month and the red rat zone for the month. And some weeks and some days, they're all going to be the same. And that's like a golden opportunity. And I missed out big time because yesterday on the pound, it put in a monthly low. So the monthly, in fact, we can even pull up that chart here. Oh, I forgot, I can do it over here. You see right here, for the month, yesterday, it had put in that low for the month, and then it came back, and it was a huge comeback. And had my brain operating properly, had I taken a step back, I would have thought, hey, it's putting in a monthly low here and a weekly low, and a daily low all at the same time. If this sucker reverses, it could be huge. So moving forward, that's something I want you to keep in mind. And in fact, you could set up the dashboard. You could have that here. But what I'm going to probably do is I might write a little training wheels indicator to put out there, or monthly high equals weekly high equals daily high. I'll probably write one indicator or something, or I might even put something in the dashboard, a couple of new functions there. Let me know what you think. What do you think the best way is that you'd want that indication? Because, once again, today we're going to have the high for the month and the low for the month. But then tomorrow, does it make a new high? Does it make a new low? Or does it make an inside bar on the daily? So we will definitely keep an eye on that. And maybe throughout the month we can do daily updates. So that way we can take advantage of what's going on here. And you can see here for the day what happened. For the week, it dipped back in and then shot right back out. In fact, we're 90 pips above the high for the week. So once again, simple horizontal line trades paying off where you can take the breakout of the previous day's high. You see here we're up 78 pips over the open for the month. Just really nice moves. 119 pips off of that low. Inside bar break, we're 3 pips above the weekly inside bar from 13 weeks ago. Still a lot of inside bar action here. Once again, breakout of the previous day's high, huge move. We've got 3, 6, 8 pairs over 100. All the pound pairs, with the exception of the euro pound, are over 100. You know, that's one pair has such a small range. But some people like trading it. I'm not in that crowd. Okay, the pivot point, we missed it. But once again, if you were trading toward the pivot, fading from the open towards the pivot, it didn't hit it, but there were still pips to be made. I mean, there was a potential of about maybe 40 pips, 30, 40 pips. And even if you got in here, that's 20 to 30 pips. So once again, the buy zone paid off. And if you don't use the pivot as a bias, you can see here there was opportunities to make money through the buy zone. Oh, one other thing to note, you see here that weekly crossover? So it put in the weekly low, crossed over, so now it's coming back up. So once again, weekly crossover trade, there can be money to be made there. And you just trade once again with the candle color and the direction price is moving. It's not difficult. That's all trading is. Once you enter, you basically you want to be entering the directions price moving, but you don't want to wait too long. If you see it's already moved this much, you really don't want to wait. But here, even so, H1 breakout here, 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 H1 high, previous high, breakout here, and even here. If you took any of those trades, you'd be in the money because the lows there was never a breakout of the low. So once again, beginning traders, I might give you a different assignment later this month, but really, you can just stick with taking these trades. This was a simple price action using the sweet spots. You don't have to have a bunch of fancy indicators to make money. I just do it because I can. Rat traders, down here you could have traded off of this low, but it really wasn't a rat trade because there wasn't enough range. But now we got range, so red rats might start looking for some cheese right here. But you want to be careful because this thing hasn't really been making big retracements off of the high yet. So maybe one day later this week, like possibly tomorrow, it might make a retracement. Maybe not. But usually Wednesday, Thursday are a couple of days where price likes to reverse. In fact, I've got an indicator that shows that, of course, right? Weekly pivot, I think I told you guys about this, and you see it got taken out yesterday, a reverse off of it, and then taken out again, and now moving up to weekly R1 level. And look here, here's the monthly pivot for the month of July. Bam, it hit it. So you pivot traders, once again, were rewarded. And so here's the daily pivot, missed it by a little bit. You can see here it took out this pivot. So we've got 2 missed pivots from June and a missed pivot from July so far. On the week, you can see we took out the weekly pivot. And let's just take a look here at the month. You can see we've already taken out the monthly pivot. And I guess I need to fix the indicator because I think I have it set for like 5,000 or 10,000 look back. And you can see here, these numbers are absurd. So, but the ones that make sense, you can see how few monthly pivots have been missed. And the wick zone, wasn't much of a wick zone there. Wick zone was at the bottom. It just shot through it. It was almost the horizontal line. Once again, on that rat zone, there wasn't much of a reversal yesterday at all. So that just goes to show, does it work? Yes. Does it work each and every day? Not necessarily. So just keep in mind these videos are for educational purposes only. Here, just looking at the highs and lows for the previous day, week, and month and hour, you can see how price was just shooting through these. So even here on this hour, we had a high of 89, so that was worth 2 or 3 pips. And some people might, once again, laugh at 2 or 3 pips, but if you're trading $100 a pip, is that a laughing matter? $50 a pip, is that a laughing matter? $10 a pip, is it a laughing matter? You just have to decide. If it's a penny a pip, yeah, that's a laughing matter. But, there's some level where it's not funny anymore. It's serious. And that's the level I would suggest you trade at, where it matters, so you stay focused. Trust me, you trade $100 pip or more, you're pretty focused. Here we go. Once again, just looking at those breakouts. This is actually one of the screens I look at when I'm trading. All the screens I show you, you can use any one of them to trade off of. But they're mainly for, educational purposes, just showing the various methods. I've, since I created them, I can trade off a blank chart. I can pretty much visualize where the previous midpoint is, and just trade from there. I can see inside bars. I can see, the breakouts. I can see higher highs, higher lows. I don't really need the indicators to tell me. It's just, I'm looking at one chart, but this is telling me what's going on 9 charts. So I can just scan it real quick and see, look, higher highs, higher lows. It's like, yeah. But here you can see, if you get down to the granular level, M5, it's like, nope, it's making lower lows. So that's possible. It looks like that there's a pullback there. And M1, I mean, this can flip flop back and forth on the higher high, lower low. Oh, let me just show you, just in case you guys are wondering. It's the multimeter HHLL. That's that one. That's the multimeter inside bar, multimeter wick zone, multimeter previous, and then the multimeter for the candle color. And I might have to do a video on how to use these because we've got a lot of new traders, but I've already done them. So go back and search my YouTube channel, and you can look at some of the multimeter videos. And if you have any questions, just post them on YouTube or Facebook or Kreslik.com, and I'll try and answer them. And if I don't see them, you can always say, hey, you can send me an email or call me or shoot me a line on WhatsApp or something. And then, either I'll answer it on a forum somewhere, or I'll make a video or answer it during a video. I don't mind. Just want to help out the fellow traders. And you can see, once again, the smart range indicator is telling us, we're over the 57 percentile with this range of 131. So there may be gas in the tank, but I wouldn't really push it. Probably not. So that pretty much wraps up the monthly open. Once again, price has to range, and so it's going to range, make a new high, come down, make a new low, and then go back up. That's just the way price moves. So take advantage of it. And just remember, when you sit down at your trading platform and start to trade, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So I hope you have a profitable July. So go out there and drain the banks. And once again, I really appreciate all the support and help. Yesterday, finding out people who were stealing my code and selling it. So if you're new here, please hit subscribe, click like, share the video. The Rumpled One signing out.